Hello there. How are you this Monday? Happy Mask Monday. Yep, it's already another Monday, June 8th. I can't believe how fast the time goes by. The bad thing that happened this weekend was my son called me from the hospital on Saturday morning, late Saturday morning. Don't forget the Dollar Tree train is still out. It's the Super Train. It's 20 channels. So go check them out and have an opportunity to win. There's 20 giveaways and it will end Saturday, June 13th. I'm going to be doing the Retinol #1, it says, and I don't know if they got some kind of award in Korea or something, but it is a Dcure Plus mask, retinol sheet mask. Special skincare. It says ingredients are derived from retinol contained in the essence, smooth the texture of the skin. I think that's what I'm reading there. It's kind of written kind of funny, but anyways, that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to give the skin a little retinol. And I got this out of the No Make No Life box, and it was in the, I guess what they considered the May box. I think I showed it right at the end of May. Yeah, because then I have June. I think I have June might be my last one, and I have to decide if I'm going to resubscribe to it. So we'll see. I mean, I've been happy with it. It seems lately they're sending mostly Japanese. And I said Korean, #1 Korean, but this might be #1 in Japan, because it seems like a lot of the things that they've sent lately has been Japan, and it does ship out of Tokyo. So that would kind of make sense if they concentrate more on their own country. Whew, it's got a lot of essence in it. I'm going to bring it on down my neck. It's just a bunch in there. Might as well take advantage of it. So how are y'all doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. We had a wild and crazy weekend. My husband was doing a little better. He's still having a little bit of the night walks, or whatever they call it when they wander around in the night. But it's not been as bad the last couple of days. And the bad thing that happened this weekend was my son called me from the hospital on Saturday morning, late Saturday morning. He goes into work like around 5, and he didn't feel right. He kept having to lean, and he couldn't move his left side. And guys, he had a mini stroke, and it wasn't the first one. And a couple of weeks ago he had one, and we all remembered how weird he was acting a couple of weeks ago and thought he was drunk. But that's not what it was. He was having a stroke, but we didn't know it, and we wouldn't even think of that. He's 43 years old. But he didn't feel right, so he went to the emergency room and got there just in time of what they call the golden hour. When you're having a stroke, they can give you this one pill, but it has to be within 4 hours of when the stroke, I guess, symptoms started. And his boss, can you believe his boss, that he's a press man, so they stopped the press, and his boss took him to the emergency room. So I mean, kudos to him for doing that and taking care of him and getting him to the hospital. That was just, up and beyond the service. They could have just called the ambulance, and who knows, by the time the ambulance got there, might have been past the golden hour. But anyways, he was in there for a day and a half, and he got to come home yesterday evening, and they said it was his diabetes. His sugar had spiked without even eating to over 350. He had an AC1 of 12, and it was just I guess so much stress on the pancreas and the liver, and then his blood pressure was up his whole body, and it caused a stroke. So 2 of them, because they looked in there and they could tell that one happened a couple of weeks ago, which, like I said, now explains some of the weirdness that we experienced a couple of weeks ago with him. But anyway, he's home and he's okay right now, but just keep Josh in your prayers for continued healing, and that he doesn't have another stroke, and that he can get past this and get his blood sugar in line. They sent, prescriptions for all that. So I guess he's officially a diabetic at 43. So, I mean, you just never know. But anyways, that was our news. What was your news for the weekend? How was your weather? We had so much rain Saturday night that in our little part of Texas, we got like 4 or 5 inches overnight. It was a lot of rain. And then, I think around the Midwest and through the United States, there's been terrible flooding. I think I've seen on the news and things like that. So keep people in your prayers. It's been in the middle of these storms, and some of them are having some severe tragedies happen, or at least scary, when the water's rising and everything. And today I have some friend mail, and I have Bessie Hicks, and that's what we're going to focus on today and, move right along. I got a lot to do today, so I'm hoping it'll go a little bit shorter today as far as my Mess Monday goes. So I'm going to start off with my friend mail. And let's see, I got this from a subscriber friend. Isn't that a cool looking envelope? It's called the Fresh Cut Paper. Very pretty. And let's open this up. This is from a subscriber friend. And she recently won a giveaway from me, but she sent this. Oh, and let's see what else is in here. And she's got a couple of things in here. Her name's Cheryl, and I think you see her name as CLH and some kind of number on the thing, but it says, Vicki, thank you for selecting my name. It was like a smile in the mail. Isn't that cute? And then she says Cheryl. And this is a little bitty card with a hummingbird on it. Fresh cut, it says. And then there's this. And it says to open, squeeze the vase, and push. Well, oh, okay, I push on the bottom. Hey, y'all hush over there. Got my 2 puppy dogs over there playing. That's Haney and Mojo being a little loud. But isn't that cute? Now I've got fresh cut flowers, so to speak, through paper. And it's got hummingbirds on there. Isn't that just adorable? My goodness, that is just adorable. And it even says, sweet and pure hummingbird nectar. That is so cute. And then, of course, it gave the instructions on how to open. Thank you, Cheryl. That is just exceptionally cute. I love that very much. Oh, I love that. So springy. It's got the hyacinth flowers in there along with some other ones. Just very, very cute. Thank you. And you didn't have to send a thank you, but I'm so glad you did because that's so cute. And then I have another card, and this is from a channel friend, and she says thank you. So she's sending me a thank you, and this is Wendy Jean. And Wendy, you for sure did not have to send me a thank you. You already thanked me when you opened up my gift on your YouTube. But this is the card. It's just pretty flowers all over, and I think I showed you the thank you with a little frog on there, really cute. And in here she says, Dear Jackie, thank you so much for the card, body moisturizer, and the beautiful candle. The moisturizer and the candle both smell amazing. It was nice of you to think of me. Blessings, Wendy Jean. So, Wendy, that is so sweet of you. And go check out Wendy if you don't know her. She does have a channel, and she unboxes all kinds of things. And she does battles with Taylor Marie of FabFitFun. And then, of course, she does FabFitFun videos. And she does a lot of different unboxings. So you'll see all kinds of things. Recently, she's done her Stitch Fix and the battle with Taylor Marie and a few other things. She's shown what she got for her birthday, too. So, anyway, she does a lot of different unboxings with, like, I'm trying to think, the holiday box. Just different boxes that you may not see on a regular basis So go check her out. She's a really good friend of mine, and we've known each other for quite a while since we both started our channels real close to the same time. Now, I got cards from Plush Bat Fan again, and Plush Bat Fan is Dream Big Productions Plush Bat Fan, and he has a channel too. He has Hello Kitty little games and learning, I guess, like for children, that children would really like it, that's younger, that need to learn certain things like instruments and just different things that Hello Kitty does on his channel that he posts. And they're short little videos, so it doesn't take you very long, and he has to really be fast thinking on some of those games. They're interesting to watch, so go take a look. Let him know Miss Jackie sent you. But I got more postcards, and we got another black cat, and I don't know if this cat has received an award or if he's reading something. You know what? It's just a black cat, but the post office has, I think, done something to take off some of the coloring there. So, but isn't that pretty? It looks like he's like over some kind of crystal ball or something. Oh, so he's the magistrate. I don't know. But anyway, could be. And then we've got another flower postcard, and he just has Plush Bat Fan on the back side, so there's nothing really to tell me anything about the cards. They're usually vintage. I got another little kitty. Isn't that cute? This one here says it's an Athena card, Tabby Cat by Charlotte Downing. So I don't know if that's, she made a painting of a shark, or she took the photo. I'm not sure. But anyways, it's very, very cute. And then here's another Athena. This is Ginger Kitten by the same artist. It's Christopher Downing. I think I said Charlotte. It's Christopher Downing. And this here is a ginger kitten. And isn't he cute? So I'm thinking these might be paintings that they've made postcards out of. And then I've got one more that's got a little kitty of family. This is the Playful Quartet Color Photography by Ralph Crowell Associates. So very, very cute. And again, in the center of that, I think that's just where they're going through the mail, it got messed up. And sometimes that happens. But those are really cute. Thank you very much, Plush Bat Fan. Just really cute cards. Again, I don't know where he finds them, but he definitely sends over some wonderful, cute cards. So, guys, that's really how short this is going to be today. I am going to go into the Bessie Hicks, and we're going into tip number 2. And the tip number 2 is Beauty Insider Tip, Stop Loving the Dead Ends. So we're going to talk more about that. The overall theme is trim it up. So if you need to move along, I understand. I invite you to stay. It's very encouraging for everyone. And I really like her point of view. Don't forget the Dollar Tree train is still out. It's the Super Train. It's 20 channels. We do try to keep most of our videos down to 15 minutes or less. So go check them out and have an opportunity to win. There's 20 channels, 20 giveaways. And it will end Saturday, June 13th. Some of the channels will start announcing winners that day. My winner will be announced on Mass Monday, June 15th. That's next Monday. Can you believe that? We're already flying through June. But we're going to move along to this. I want to thank you all. If you've been here this long, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, share me out, or do a hype if you want. I sure would appreciate it. And I would love to have you part of my YouTube family if you're new here. And of course, I always appreciate and welcome all my subscribers. And you are the best. And I thank you for your prayers for my husband and my son. Okay, stop loving the dead ends. In Judges 13 through 16, we find the well-known story of Samson. Do you remember Samson and Delilah? He was a man called before he was born to deliver the Israelite people from the Philistines. His mother had taken the Nazirite vow, and he was not allowed to shave his hair Although Samson was called by God, he struggled with obedience and making the right choices in his life. Now, have we all been there or what? Staying true to the lifestyle of disobedience, he took a wife from the Philistines. Even though his mother and father had instructed him to take a wife from his own people, he also disobeyed the vow of the Nazarite by touching unclean animals. So he was being a little rebellious and thinking, I'm going to do this, or probably thinking it wasn't that big a deal. This isn't going to hurt anything. How many times have you said that? This isn't going to hurt anything. Despite the wrong choices, God's Spirit still came upon him and gave him the strength to fight off 30 Philistine men. Again and again, God's Spirit would come upon Samson, and he would do great things. Eventually, Samson's lust of the flesh leads him into a dead-end place. He fell in love with a woman named Delilah, and she lured him right into a trap that would cost him everything. After she asked him 3 times, Samson finally gave in and told Delilah where his strength lay. As he fell asleep, she called for the Philistines to shave his head. Once all the locks of his hair were gone, she began to torment him, and his strength left him. And she said, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." So he awoke from his sleep and said, "I will go out as before at other times and shake myself free." But he did not know that the Lord had departed from him. 16:20. Samson's love for the things of this world had lured him so far from the call of God on his life that he didn't even realize the Spirit of God had departed from him. Oh, does that sound familiar? I don't know. I hope the Lord's Spirit hasn't departed from me. But I do know that sometimes we depart a little bit. We get sideways or get caught up into something. But what a terrible thing to have the Holy Spirit leave us. The enemy still uses the same tricks to lead God's people down dead-end paths. There is a way which seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Proverbs 14:12. And that's so true as far as sometimes things look better on the other side. Grass is greener on the other side, when in reality it's not. And this is a good story to show how we can go into a dead end just following things and following them till there's no point of return. You're not obeying. You know better, but you do it anyways. In his case, he might have gotten arrogant. You know what I mean? Like he knew he was so strong he could do anything. So that's probably why he got a little bit maybe conceited in his head, not giving God the glory and the provision and thanks for his strength, for getting where he came from, and then Delilah, of course, lured him away, and we see that happen over and over again with different stories in the Bible of, either men being led astray, and I don't know if we see so many examples of women being led astray, which is an interesting topic. That might be something that would be interesting to learn about. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm sure they were, and they just, wasn't like, God chose certain ones to do certain things. We know, like Esther, she was chosen, and Deborah. So we have some examples of some women, but we don't have an example of the women being lured away by the opposite sex, it seems. Or if we do, I just can't think of anything off the top of my head. So I don't know. But that's an interesting point of view. And the other people, the enemy was wanting to find out his strength because he was defeating them in all things. He could hold up buildings, like if they bombed it or something and it was going to come crashing down, he was so strong he could hold it up and be the beam to hold it up and keep it from falling to the ground, while people got to safety. So he had a lot of strength. But guys, that's all I have today. I've got so much to do. And I know next week's going to be a busy Mask Monday because we'll have our winter announcement along with anything else that's going on. And you guys let me know how you all are doing. And I was going to tell you about Samantha. Just keep her in your prayers for healing. She is doing a little better, but she just needs to have answers and healing. So we want to continue to pray for her. And Carol is getting better all the time and stronger, which is wonderful. And y'all know she's put out a few videos here and there. And I'm sure we'll see some more from her. So keep her in your prayers. Oh, and you know what? Speaking of prayers, let's find out what our little jar has to say today on the Read Me When. And this is our verse. It's in purple. So what's purple is troubled. Are you troubled? We were a little troubled over the weekend. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. 2 Corinthians 4:18. So that's very good. That's right. We got to keep our sight on the things we can't see, trusting in the Lord and knowing that He's going to work for the good for all of us that love and trust in Him. So guys, that's my Mask Monday today. I wish you all a great week, and like I said, keep those in your prayers. My son Josh, Kevin, my husband, Carol, and Samantha. Oh, well, I'm so in a hurry I forgot to take my mask off. Let's get this mask off real quick. This was really nice. It felt really good, and it still has a lot of essence in it. So I may be able to put this all over. Some retinol on my arms. So anyways, now that's all I have. I would recommend this mask. It was Care. It was called Dcure Plus was the brand, and it's out of Japan. So it's a Japanese mask. Very good. Thank you everybody for your friend mail. I love it all, and I really appreciate you all. And this was just super cute, Cheryl. Thank you, thank you. So anyways, now that's all I have. And as usual, I wish you all a blessed and happy day. Bye-bye.